Hi everybody, welcome to my video presentation on my evidence-based project and manuscript that I did for this class. I hope this works out and the video comes out okay. I've been trying to use um, that Canvas portal for doing this, and no matter what I've tried, it hasn't worked. So I've kind of had to resort to what I know works, and hopefully this will look okay. But that being said, my project was based on fall prevention. So I'm the director of nurses at a long-term care facility. And as I've discussed in the past, one of the big problems that we have that is an ongoing issue is falls. Um, Falls can lead to really serious detrimental outcomes for our residents. It's always a focus when state survey comes around. So it's something that we all, as a group of nurses working together, are very conscientious of trying to prevent. So when I thought about what I would want to work on as an intervention, an evidence-based intervention at our facility, falls seemed like a very logical place to go with this. So I did some research and I found a program called the Otago exercise program that was developed for older adults who were falling at home. These were people who were still living at home. So physical therapists would work with these people, show them these exercises. They would participate and do the exercises independently at home 3 times a week, and then touch base with the physical therapist periodically to see how they were doing. And the physical therapist would do some assessment on them and see if they were falling. This seemed like a really great thing to even maybe implement in the long-term care setting. I did some research. I saw how it had been done. It definitely needed some buy-in from some of the other people who were really going to have to be actively involved. In our case, really the physical therapist. And so I approached the physical therapist at our facility and found that they were definitely on board. They were familiar with the program. They thought it was a great idea. We came up with some criteria for what we were going to need to do for our residents in terms of determining who would be the best candidates for this. And we came up with 6 residents, people who had recently fallen. And in our case, they didn't really, I thought at first that they would really have to be able to retain the information. But really, in the end, as long as they could follow one-step like commands in terms of performing the exercises with the physical therapist, then they were okay and they could participate. And so what we found was of the 6 people that we have brought on board through the assessment tools that were also designed with this program that assess people for their strength and their balance, we found that most of the residents on a pretty consistent basis at least maintain their strength and level balances that they had when they started. In a lot of cases, they actually improved. And in all cases, no one fell. So that was great. It was an awesome outcome for us. And we're going to continue on with using the program. So when it came time to writing this manuscript, I thought about the fact that it was a very small group of people that we had involved with this. Even though the outcomes were great, having 6 residents really, I, I, I just felt it was a small group. So I kind of looked at other types of publications rather than scientific journals, and I found a really good informational journal that was set up by a place that is focused on long-term care. It's called Provider, and so it's more of an informational publication. And so that's how I developed my manuscript, was to fit inside those criteria. It was definitely different than anything else I'd written so far for this program. There are no references in any of the articles that they publish in here. And so I just followed the directions and the guidelines that were given by the publication. I reached out to the publication and they were interested in hearing more about what it was. And I feel good about them actually publishing my piece. So I went through and I talked about what the Otago exercise program was, its history, how it could be incorporated into skilled nursing facilities, and then a brief synopsis of our experience at our facility with it. I'm actually working right now on kind of doing a little bit more of a summary and lessons learned type paragraph at the end. So I'm going to be working on that, but I'll attach what it is that I have now along with this video presentation so that you guys can kind of take a look at it and see what you guys all think. I am super psyched about how this all worked out for not only myself, but especially for the residents. And I feel that it's a really awesome tool that we're going to have in our arsenal moving forward to help prevent falls in not all cases, but in some of these residents. So thank you very much for listening today. I hope everyone's having a good day.